Greetings everyone, and allow me to introduce myself. I am Vaxo, your coach of the KDM BEELLADES, and this is a draft analysis of my team that I drafted for MFDL Season 4. Now, MFDL stands for Multi-Format Draft League. This is a unique draft league in which you draft one team that battles in both singles as well as doubles format. So week 1 is singles battle for everyone and week 2 is doubles, and with the same mons that you draft, one draft 11 to 12 mons. That's why I like this league. This is my 3rd season participating in this league, so I'm always excited for this league. So the tiering and the point system and all, I'll link the Discord group in the description so you can get the better knowledge of that. I'm not very good at explaining. This is just analysis of the mons that I drafted for this league. So yeah, let's get on with it then. Okay, so there are 12 people, 12 overall coaches in this season, and while drafting, my position was 7. So right in the middle, so the worst possible place to be in a draft. Now why is middle of the draft bad? Because this is a snake style format. That means when you draft, when the order is randomized, 1 through 12 does their draft. After that 12 goes again and it goes in reverse order. So it's best to be in a position near the extremes, like 1, 2 and 11, 12. Those are the best positions because you can basically draft 2 mons at once. I was in 7, so in the middle. Yeah, so round 1 we were allowed 1 T0 mon, which is basically Ubers and broken mons, like the Tapu Koko, Tapu Lele, Landorus, Ash Greninja, stuff like that. And I've always wanted to use PHEROMOSA, especially in doubles and singles, because look at those stats: 137 attack and special attack, 151 speed. This mon is faster than everything basically. Even Megazam, even Deoxys. The only thing faster is like Ninjask and Deoxys Speed, I think. And ain't nobody drafting Deoxys Speed or Ninjask. I don't think even Deoxys Speed is allowed. Only Deoxys, I think normal Deoxys and maybe Deoxys Defense is allowed. Anyway, no one's gonna draft Ninjask, so I'll always be faster. And it's very offensive in bug fighting. So yeah, I'm very excited to be able to use PHEROMOSA. It's an Uber Beast Boost is hella nice. So when it was, obviously everyone wanted the good things, but surprisingly Lando and Tapu Koko did not go or weren't drafted during my turn, but I knew if PHEROMOSA was available I would get it, so I chose PHEROMOSA as my round 1 pick. On to the next one. So round 2 pick, I went with young Mr. Fish, aka young strong jaw DRACOVISH. Now this is one of the other mons that I wanted to use too. Everyone knows DRACOVISH. This mon is insane. This mon can OHKO Toxapex in the rain with a resisted move. Fish's Rend is so broken. So yeah, I saw that this mon was available, so I went for it. Everyone was like, please don't draft rain, and I didn't have a rain team in mind, because if I did I would honestly draft Coco or Ash Gren from T0 for my rain, because I love Pelipper, Chin God for life. He's good, but I want to try mons that I've not tried, because obviously, and DRACOVISH is new, so I knew I had to try him. Also, there's also doubles, so I can also have or other mons to boost my damage, or make sure DRACOVISH is faster with things like Tailwind, or something that PHEROMOSA can do. I'm not gonna tell anyone in case some of my competitors are watching, but if you know what PHEROMOSA can do to its partner. And then of course there's always a helping hand and messing with others with like ally switch or redirection, like follow me and stuff, fake out support. So yeah, DRACOVISH is insane. Gives me a strong water type. You know, Water Dragon is an amazing typing, only weak to Dragon and Fairy. I mean, obviously there's Freeze Dry, but come on, how many mons have Freeze Dry? So yeah, Mr. Fish. I'm already going full on offense here, but these two mons cost me a lot of points. So that'll affect my draft later on. But for now, things are looking up. I got the two mons that I wanted. So on to the next round. So round 3 pick. I went with Amoonguss. Everyone needs a bulky grass type on their team, you know, with fire, water, grass core as it were. And Amoonguss one of the best. Well, obviously the best regenerator grass mon is Tangrowth, but this has doubles too. And Tangrowth sucks in doubles. While Amoonguss is decent in singles and a god in doubles. It has Rage Powder for redirection, 100% sleep with Spore. It has Clear Smog to clear out all of the stat changes because, as I told before, Gmax is allowed. So like max airstreams and max oozes and all of that is all rampant. You know, Clear Smog is good. Amoonguss is great. If you watched one of recent Wolfie's video, then you know Amoonguss causes a lot of problems. It single-handedly made it so that grass types are no longer affected by spore moves. That includes Rage Powder, and then they made safety goggles. That's how insane this mon is. Look at that massive HP stat of 114. And you know, it's decent defense and special defense. Like, you can always be like Assault Vest or, you know, Black Sludge. Amoonguss is good. It gives me a bulky grass type. It's poison type, so it's a counter to fairy types. As you can see, Pheromosa and DRACOVISH, they're both weak to fairies, so I also needed something that would counter the fairies. And you know, Amoonguss does all of that. It's a good grass type, counters fairies, gives me redirection for doubles. And that's always good. Spore support for annoying things. I could even run Effect Spore with the, with Rage Powder and doubles, you know, to annoy people and maybe get like a paralysis or something. And Regenerator is always good in singles. So yeah, I was very happy to have Amoonguss not get sniped, because at this point most of the heavy hitters were gone. Actually, this round I think I wanted Gmax Charizard because that was the only Gmax Pokemon that I could afford, that I liked basically. Because you know, it has max airstream and max knuckle to boost my team in doubles, and you know, it's okay with heavy duty boots. Wait, actually Gmaxes cannot hold that, but you know, I probably would have never brought Gmax Charizard in singles, but in doubles, you know, it's okay. You can boost my team speed, you know, max airstream at the side of DRACOVISH to make DRACOVISH faster, and then do massive damage with Fish's Rend. You know, and Charizard cannot set up the sun with its fire moves, so DRACOVISH Gmax Charizard in theory work very well. But yeah, someone sniped Gmax Charizard. I did not expect that boy to go at round 3, so yeah, I had to pick up my grass type as well as fairy counter, because you know, even Charizard counters fairies because fire resist fairy. But yeah, as soon as that was gone, I mean, let me rephrase. I knew I wanted Amoonguss or Tangrowth because a grass type with that. Tangrowth was my second option to Amoonguss, but Charizard was gone, so I knew Amoonguss could be gone soon too, so I had to immediately go for Amoonguss. So yeah, on to round 4 then. Round 4 pick. I went with Tornadus Incarnate. Now, you know I love my boy Tornadus Therian. He's the best flying type ever, best bird, but obviously I could not afford him. You can't like afford 2 or 3 tier 1s, that's just too many points. But yeah, in overall grand scheme of things, Tornadus Incarnate might be better, or much better suited for my team, because it has Prankster Tailwind. Remember DRACOVISH? Yeah. Try and let's see who can take my Fish's Rend when he outspeeds everything. DRACOVISH in Tailwind. You've all seen it in Sword and Shield with Prankster Whimsicott. is the same thing, but Tornadus is better because look at those stats. 115 attack, 125 special attack. You know, it has Defiant, so it can even be physical, especially in doubles because you know a lot of Intimidate shuffling happens in doubles, so a lot of Defiant procs probably. And then it also has Fling, so it can fling away its item and then do like acrobatic shenanigans. You know, heavy duty boots make it much better. It also gives me a defogger. And then offensive flying type. Now flying stab is one of the best in the game. Flying stab is so spammable, so to have a strong, fast flying type was my priority because I already got my, you know, basically 2 heavy hitters from the 2 strongest tiers, so I knew I needed a very strong flying type, and Tornadus was available, so I did Tornadus. Yeah, and I mean it's prankster, so I can even manually set up the rain for DRACOVISH, you know, and it even helps itself by making its hurricanes 100% accurate. Now, if only this was like after DLC, because Tornadus gets Nasty Plot Tornadus Incarnate. Now that's very good. When that happens, I think even Tornadus Incarnate will be at least UU or borderline, because you know it's very offensive. You know, 125 special attack. Like, come on, that's nothing to scoff at. That is very strong, and it has very strong moves. It has Focus Blast for basically like rocks and steels that resist its flying move. Obviously, Hurricane Spam is very good. It has Sludge Wave for fairies. You know, it has also Icy Wind support. You know, Tornadus is very good. I've used Tornadus Therian extensively, and this mon gets all the moves. The only difference is Tornadus Therian is, well, it's superior because it can be offensive and defensive because of its better bulk and regenerator. But I already have a bulky regenerator mon, so an offensive flying type that can support DRACOVISH. Mamma mia. Voila. Very good. So yeah, that's why I chose Tornadus in round 4. So round 5. Yeah, so when round 5 hit, I had no internet for 12 hours. And being the idiot that I am, I forgot to leave pics with someone. So this round, I actually got skipped. And because of that, I got sniped. I wanted Clefairy. Clefairy is a god in doubles. Friend Guard, Eviolite, Friend Guard, Eviolite, you know, has Stealth Rocks, has Wish, Life Dew, and then Follow Me. It's amazing in doubles. And it was in the lowest possible tier, so it would help out my points too. But because I got skipped, someone else was able to get Clefairy. So I had to quickly go and, you know, get a low tier fairy type that would, you know, support my team and would fit my team. And the only option was like Gmax Alcremie and Comfey. And you know, Gmax Alcremie sucks. Sure, Alcremie and then, you know, its decorate move sounds like fun and all, but Comfey is a monster. Triage is such an amazing ability. +3 priority to healing moves. So like, even if one of my mons is like very low and the opponent wants to finish me off with Fake Out, doesn't matter. Fake Out is +2 priority. Even Extreme Speed is only +2 priority. This boy has +3 healing. I can just floral healing it back 50% up, and then the other mon can wreck house. It's also very good in doubles, especially because it gets ally switch, it gets screens, it gets helping hand, you know, lead seed. This mon is very good and very underappreciated. Sure, it has, you know, very not so good HP of 51, but 90 defense and 110 special defense, that's really good. And also 100 speed. Also, it has both heal bell and aromatherapy, I guess. So it's a very good, like excellent support mon, especially in doubles. So anyway, I had to grab it. Also gives me a fairy typing. Fairy typing is one of the most broken, you know, since its inception in Gen 6. So you always need a good solid fairy type, either offensive or defensive. You don't want something meh. You want something that does one role and is good at it, and Comfey is very good at disrupting things. It also gives me U-turn support with momentum and defog. So yeah, Comfey. Round 6. So like I said with my previous pick, I actually got skipped for my round 5 pick, so by the time I had actually chosen Comfey, round 6 had already begun. So I almost made these picks back to back. Now I knew I wanted something that would, help me in both singles and doubles. That would be annoying. Prankster is one of my favorite abilities. And when it comes to Prankster and annoying, my man Big Gay SABLEYE is the one to go. And surprisingly, I sniped a lot of people. A lot of people in that round. I don't know what got over me, SABLEYE was like also a steal, because like as in STEAL, because it's in the lowest possible tier, and SABLEYE is always like overlooked. It's very good in doubles. It has fake out ally switch, it has quash to disrupt people, it has snarl for support, recover will-o-wisp. Its stats are very bad, like very middling stats, but that Prankster stuff, it's very good. It also gives me a dark type and a ghost type, so it has 3 immunities. I always boost to psychic spam, and fighting type is very good offensively, so this is a check to all of those. And I was glad that I got this boy, or when I got him, because like almost half of the league was looking to snipe this boy from me. So I'm very glad that I got this boy. I think SABLEYE might be one of my most drafted Pokemon ever, even though I think Excadrill or Tornadus are like the best mons in drafts, and I try to get them if I don't want to use new mons, or if I can help it. But SABLEYE always finds a way. He's just so good and reliable. So yeah, I knew I had to get this boy, so I got him. Saved me a lot of points, got me a lot of hate as well as mileage, I would say. Like for usability per point, SABLEYE is probably at one of the highest. So yeah, on to the next one. So then came round 7, and I went to the Oranguru. Now before deciding on Oranguru, I had a lot of back and forth thinking between either getting Oranguru or Indeedee female, because both of them are normal psychic types. I need something as a ghost counter. Even the SABLEYE is the dark type, it's also part ghost, so it doesn't actually resist ghost. And since there is no pursuit, we all know what happened to ghosts. All the ghosts in Sword and Shield are killing it because they cannot be pursuit trapped. So I knew I had to pick something that was good, and I just didn't want to pick any odd normal type. Now Oranguru is very good in doubles because it has that instruct ability, which can be very very devastating to teams. It's also pretty bulky, so I'll probably use it mostly in doubles. It has telepathy, so I can just spam like discharges or earthquakes or surfs without having anything, and then have it instruct again and just go again, and just go ham on things, just spread moves, AoE everything. So yeah, ultimately I went to the Oranguru over Indeedee female is because of points. Because I discovered that if I went to the Oranguru over Indeedee, I would have 20 extra points, and that 20 extra points could mean I could get another tier 1 mon, so like the same tier as DRACOVISH, which has all the other good mons like Excadrill and Aegislash. And at this point, both Excadrill and Aegislash were available, and you can see that I don't have a steel type on my team, and everybody needs a very good steel type on their team. So because of that, I went to the Oranguru, and Oranguru also provides, like I said, support. It has foul play, it has dual screens. It can also be offensive with like nasty plot. It has trick room. I can counter others' trick room with that, because before this my offensive mons are really fast, so I can use it as an anti trick room setter, like how Chandelier used to work back in Gen 5. So yeah, round 7 Oranguru. Then came around round 8, and I went with HEATRAN because I didn't have a fire type or a steel type. Now initially I wanted to get Excadrill, and then for my fire type I wanted Typhlosion because Typhlosion is also the lowest tier, so I could afford it. But unfortunately, after I drafted Oranguru, someone else actually got Excadrill. I didn't actually calculate how everyone else was spending the points, and unfortunately someone else got Excadrill. Yes, it was the guy who got the TORNADUS. So gotta face Sandrush Excadrill, so that's gonna be a nightmare to face. But you know, since I only told you about Libero Cinderace, but even Sandrush DRACOVISH is allowed. So against the TTR team I can just use Sandrush DRACOVISH and mess him up. Hopefully. Probably. I don't know. So yeah, because of that, I could have, so I knew I wanted a very good steel type. So in the tier 1 category, the steels that were left were HEATRAN and Aegislash. Now, if I had gone for Aegislash and then Typhlosion, then I would have missed on like a good ground type and an electric type, so I did not want that. So that's why I went with HEATRAN. Now, HEATRAN is no slouch. Look at those stats. It's very bulky and it's very strong. 91 HP, 106 defenses, 130 special attack, and 77 speed. You know, it's okay, but it's a very good speed tier to be scarfed. And HEATRAN, you know, he gives me another fairy resist for my 2 first mons, you know, PHEROMOSA and DRACOVISH. Also completes my Fire Water Dragon, Fire Water Grass Core, as well as Dragon Steel Fairy Core, because PHEROMOSA DRACOVISH, HEATRAN and Comfey in doubles also work very well, because Comfey can support both of them, and then HEATRAN can spam like heat waves and lava plumes and stuff, and you know, you get the point. HEATRAN's bulky, HEATRAN's strong, HEATRAN is the man, and I've never used HEATRAN before, so I was excited to use him, and that's why I went with HEATRAN over Aegislash. So, onward to round 9. Now, because I got HEATRAN, and okay, I don't think I told this before, but there were only 11 mons allowed, so only 3 rounds left. With 3 rounds left, I only had exactly enough points to get 3 mons from the lowest tier. So I knew I needed an electric type, because obviously you need an electric type, and electric type is my favorite, so obviously I needed one on my team. So in the lowest tier, the only good electric types were Rotom Frost and Ampharos. I'm not gonna count Rotom Fan as a good mon. That mon sucks. It's a disgrace to electric flying typing. So anyway, I just chose Rotom Frost, and apparently I sniped to someone with that, because it also gives me an ice type, it gives me another ground immunity with Levitate, it gives me another Defogger. You know, Rotom Fan, it's also bulky because it's a Rotom form, so it's also bulky, and 86 speed, that's also very good for a Scarf tier. So you can be disruptive with Trick, you know, Blizzard in doubles is good. It also has Discharge, so it has like the spread version of Bolt Beam, even though it doesn't get Ice Beam. So yeah, Rotom Frost fit my team and fit my budget. So that's why I chose it this round. So now in the penultimate round, I had to unfortunately go with RHYDON. Now why do I say unfortunately? Because I wanted freaking Golem! You know? I knew I wanted a ground type, because everybody needs a ground type. That is a necessity. And Golem was in the lowest tier. Now, you know, Golem versus RHYDON, that's like a debate ever since like Gen 1 to up to Gen 3. And RHYDON always came out on top. But, here's the thing. Golem, while also being, I think it also has like 130 attack and 120 defense, it has lower HP, but it has Wide Guard, and RHYDON does not. They're both the same typing and have similar physical prowess, but Golem has Wide Guard. Wide Guard is important in doubles, and Golem can also go boom with Sturdy, so Golem is superior to RHYDON. But unfortunately, while I was sniping someone else with my Rotom Frost in the last round, someone else snapped my golem. Like, honestly, who the hell drafts golem? Have you ever seen anyone draft golem? Normal golem, I don't mean the Alolan one. The Alolan one is drafted because it has magnet pull and it's the Celesteela killer and whatnot, but seriously, normal golem. I was so pissed at that. Because honestly, I wanted to draft normal golem before Rotom Frost, but I thought I was seeing that everyone almost had their ground types. Basically, everyone had their ground types and whatnot, and electric types were becoming rare, so I chose Rotom Frost before that. I mean, I should have chosen RHYDON. Oh wait, golem before that, because I could have got like Rotom Ghost or something, because it's faster and it still has defog or whatever. So yeah, I had to go with RHYDON. I mean, don't get me wrong, RHYDON is still very good because of that Eviolite. So it's mad physically defensive, and it has 130 attack, which is very nice. But I would have preferred to have a ground type in my budget with wild card. But life is hard. You never get what you want. Well, especially I never get what I want. So I'm sticking with RHYDON. But he's gonna make everyone ride on my pole. Got him. And finally to the last round, round 11. So I knew at this point I think I had all the types, all 18 types covered already with just 10 mons, which is good. So I only needed like a wildcard mon, like a decently bulky wildcard mon that would fit my budget. So initially I think I chose Crabominable, but they were kind enough to have a grace period where we could have free transactions, so I immediately went to Turtonator. Because Turtonator, not only does Turtonator have wide guard, but it also has rapid spin. I have a lot of defoggers, but I don't have any rapid spinner. Rapid spin can be good because it raises speed. So I went to Turtonator. I know it gives me another fire type, another dragon type, but it's fine because he's decently bulky too. 60 HP isn't a lot, but 135 defense is very good. So it's fire type, so it has Will-O-Wisp, and it also has like Heat Wave. But it can also be offensive with Shell Smash. So for the price range that it is at, the lowest tier, it's pretty good. It's pretty useful. Sometimes you can't break your fire dragon type, defensive fire dragon type, especially with wide guard in doubles. What you gonna do? Earthquake, Rock Slide? Negated, brother. Wide guard. My guard is wide. I'm a turtle, that's a dragon. Life does not make sense. Neither does my draft. Well, I think my draft makes sense. So yeah, with that, my draft comes to an end. My team for season 4 is PHEROMOSA, DRACOVISH, Amoonguss, TORNADUS, Comfey, Sableye, ORANGURU, HEATRAN, Rotom Frost, RHYDON, and TURTONATOR. Well, at the point of this draft, I get 5 transfers during the season. So this is the team before week 1. This is my final draft. So anyway, let me know what you guys think of this draft. I think this is the best I could have drafted given the circumstances. I'm really pleased that I got basically the first 5 mons. Well, the first 6 mons I'm really glad I was able to get. Well, apart from the G-Max Charizard, and the Fairy. So basically, okay, I was glad to get PHEROMOSA, DRACOVISH, Amoonguss, and Sableye. So yeah, this is my draft. Let me know your thoughts.